I'm Christy. Today I want to talk to you about how to have technology speak for you. So one final alternative form of communication that I want to touch on is that of communication devices. Now, while the options are nearly limitless, the basic premise is that the device offers a way for you to input what you want to communicate and then speaks that communication for you. When AJ was in kindergarten or first grade, he was loaned a communication device from the school district because he wasn't talking yet. Now, since I had no idea whether or not he would ever learn to talk, I thought it was a great option. The device, while it wasn't real big, was kind of heavy, and especially for a smaller kid to be carrying in his backpack back and forth to school. Now, we did take it back and forth between home and school for a while, but he wasn't catching on how to use it very well. So I decided it would be better if it just lived at school until he was using it effectively. Then he could start bringing it back and forth, and we'd use it in other parts of his life as well. Now, unfortunately, that day never came. He never really figured out how to use that device effectively. Fortunately, he learned to talk, and so he didn't need the device anymore. I think the basic single thing that a communication device offers is the ability to communicate with the outside world for those who are unable to use verbal communication. Now, it sounds simple, and in some ways it really is. And yet in other ways, it's as complicated as learning to drive. I haven't looked into options recently, and obviously AJ's experience was a while ago. But I know that things have changed dramatically since AJ had a device. And yet I also know things have gotten much easier and more available now than they were when he had his. That's the advantage of newer technology. Now today, I'm sure that there are numerous apps available that you can simply add to your tablet, phone, or computer, and you're up and running. There's also still standalone devices that can speak for you. Now, how you input what you want spoken for you will vary from device to device, app to app, just as the needs of each person will vary. Some are picture-based, so all you have to do is touch the picture and the device speaks the word for you. Others, I'm sure, allow you to type in what you want to say, and then the computer will speak it for you all at once. And there's probably everything in between. I think one final consideration that needs to be considered is the convenience factor. Now, there are several aspects to the convenience of a device. How easy is it to take along with you when you leave home or work or school or wherever you are? How effectively is your loved one able to use it to communicate their needs, wants, and thoughts? Is it hard to learn to use the device? Does it mean that you have yet another thing to keep track of, or is it simply an app that you add to a device that you already use regularly? Now, all of these, and I'm sure many others, factors need to be considered when deciding whether or not a communication device is right for your loved one. And realistically, it's probably going to take some trial and error before you find the right device or the right combination that works effectively for your loved one. Don't be afraid to ask for trials to see if you can try out which one best fits your loved one. So when all is said and done, what makes a good communication device? I believe it's one that is 1, easily mastered, 2, easy to bring along wherever you go, and 3, effectively communicates the thoughts, wants, and needs of your loved ones to those around them. If you find a device or an app that meets your loved one's needs, then I'd say go for it. Use it. On the other hand, if you struggle to find something that your loved one is able to effectively communicate with you, then you might need to keep looking around for another solution. All of this leads me to my question for this week. Have you used a communication device with your loved one? Was it effective for your family? I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can leave me a comment below, or you can leave me a comment over on the blog. That's at www.havenofhopeforme.com. This originally posted in July of 2021. I'm grateful for our attempt at using a communication device, and I'm grateful that AJ no longer needs one, so that I can continue to say that life is good and there is never a dull moment.